Right. Well, thanks for having me. I am a licensed agent in San Diego, California. My license is in referral status at this point. Homebot is my full-time job, but I have been tied to the industry for over 20 years. And so if you have questions about how Homebot compares to other technology you've seen or used, if you have any concerns about data and protecting it, I am here to address all of those questions. Homebot's been around for about 8 years. We only work with real estate agents and lenders. We do not sell you leads. Every home report that goes out is going to go out in your behalf. And I'm going to show you what the product looks like now. I will be pausing at the end to answer any questions that come up. And I would encourage you, if you decide not to accept your Zenith home loan officer's invitation today, that you at least have them sign you up as a homeowner on Homebot so that you can check out what the reports actually look like. I tell everybody the best way to understand Homebot is to get Homebot on your own property. This QR code will take you back to my website. No need to scan it. Again, I just typically include it in my presentation. There's lots of live training classes, marketing templates, training links on my website. Homebot also does a lot of training around using QR codes in your own business at open houses, events, circle prospecting around a new listing, and farming. So I'll show you some examples of different ways that you can promote Homebot to capture new business using QR codes as well. No matter where I travel to present Homebot, these are the four biggest problems that realtors share with me. Number one, top of the list, has got to be inventory. Reality is it's been low for 10 years, according to the NAR, but a lack of building, rates, and COVID have made the problem even worse. And let's not even get started on competition, right? It's fierce in our industry with these all cash buyer sites that are stealing our listings away. Companies like Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.com, and Redfin. We have got to do a better job of protecting our clients and being the first person they reach out to. When you look at the emails that you send out to all of your past clients, sphere of influence, and prospects to stay top of mind, what's your average open rate? Did you know in the industry it's less than 10%? That means more than 90% of your clients that you're using email to stay top of mind with are not even looking at what you're sending out. And that probably goes hand in hand with our really low retention in this industry, less than 25%. Again, it takes a lot more time to get a new client than to just stay top of mind with one you already have. So this becomes a big issue for most realtors in the industry. Lastly, I don't know anyone that doesn't struggle with technology in this business. With the CRM that we use, our branding, our IDX listing feed to protect our buyers from other sites, things like video and chat GTP, who hasn't paid for something that they can't figure out how to use, let alone get a hold of anybody that can help you with it? I can't solve all your problems, but I do hope by the end of this webinar today, you see Homebot is an amazing solution to these top four, especially when you co-brand with your Zenith Home Loans loan officer. So how's inventory where you live? Again, I know you guys are in Denver. As much as I'm in San Diego, California, I'm in Denver all the time, and I know you're in the same low inventory status that San Diego is as well. This is a huge problem for us realtors because we are desperate for more listings. And yet, what's one of the hardest things you have to do? Figuring out who's ready to move and who's not. Homebot will absolutely create hand raisers, and that's why I recommend you bulk upload your entire database into your Homebot account. Start getting hand raisers once they receive the reports from you. People that literally reach out like this first person and tell you, I think I'm ready to sell, which is a really good day in real estate, right? But you're going to have also people that fall into this category and they'll tell you they love their Homebot home report, but they're never moving. They're going to live in that house forever. And that's okay, right? You still want to stay top of mind with this homeowner because they could change their mind. It actually happens all the time. And this homeowner knows 100 people in their own sphere of influence that they could introduce you to through Homebot. The hardest groups with realtors are always these three. Who would sell for the right price? Who told you they're not thinking about selling, but you were watching that homeowner and Homebot click around their home's market, creating selling signals. They may even start looking at listings with you. So why would you wait? Pick up the phone and check in with them. And lastly, who do you need to incubate because they're not ready to sell yet, but they will be? And what's the worst thing that could happen? They Google themselves out of your pipeline or walk into somebody else's open house and forget about you. Competition is fierce in the real estate industry, and it's only getting worse. These companies have millions of dollars to spend on marketing, and their whole goal is to steal our clients away and cut us out of the transaction. We have got to do a better job of protecting our clients and being the first person they reach out to when they have a question. So here's my question for you. What if you could send something out every month automatically to all of your past clients, all of your own sphere of influence and opted in prospects, and get an over 70% open rate to start closing more transactions? And what if the solutions to your problems was only $25 a month? Remember, when you co-brand with Zenith Home Loans, your first 25 clients will be free. There's actually 4 ways to sign up for Homebot, but we're going to focus on option 2 and 3 today. Because if you sign up for Homebot on your own, you're going to be missing a lot of the important features that will convert your homeowners into selling with you and protect your buyers from third-party search sites. So we're going to focus on the free plan when you accept your Zenith Home loan officer's invitation, and the pro plan at only $25 a month for your first 500 homes. And I'll show you exactly how that works. If you happen to be on Homebot on your own, or you choose to sign up for Homebot on your own, the good news is we'll still be sending out those once a month personal reports to every client you add with a name, a property address, and an email. There's no free offer without a lender. You will have to pay a $50 setup fee to get you started, but each month your clients will get that personal, dynamic, updated report from you. No contract, your data safe and secure, and you can add a lender to your existing Homebot account anytime you want, because once you have a lender on Homebot, everything you see in yellow is going to turn on for you. And if you're wondering why Homebot holds back some of the advanced features in Homebot for your clients until you co-brand with a lender, you've got to go back 8 years ago when we created the product. We actually started out as a lender platform. There is a ton of financing opportunity built into the home and buyers reports that we send out. Of course, when realtors like myself got wind of the amazing high engagement and the personal content, we wanted access to it as well. So sign up on your own, but once you do accept your Zenith Home Loan Officer's invitation, all the things in yellow turn on, like dropping in personal videos to talk to your clients through Homebot, like a welcome video that only turns on the first time they open the report. Access to Homebot's mobile app. So instead of just getting Homebot by email from you, now your clients are protected right on their cell phone to track and build wealth through home ownership and start shopping for a new home with you, because these buttons on the top will turn on and now your homeowners can start shopping for a new home, go into a heat map of market conditions anywhere in the United States, or simply start searching for a new home using our nationwide property listing search that's included once you're working with your Zenith Home Loan Officer. Now, this also will allow you to add buyers directly to the buyer's report with just a name and an email. And of course, you'll get extra landing pages, one for buyers in search. And best of all, when you accept the Zenith Home Loan Officer's invitation, you can try it for free for your first 25 manually loaded clients, and we'll provide a waived setup fee code so you don't have to pay the $50 when you go into the paid version. Having a mobile app for our clients is the best way to protect them from all those other apps that are trying to steal them away from us. And these statistics speak for themselves, right? Our clients aren't working in front of a computer, checking their email, tracking and building wealth through home ownership. They're using their cell phone. So this is one of the best ways to protect them no matter where they're at. For every homeowner, they'll continue to get HomeBot by email from you, but now they'll also be able to track and build wealth on every property they own right on their cell phone. Each month, they'll get an updated value. We'll actually encourage your homeowner to dig into everything important to them about that property: appreciation, net proceeds if they were to sell, what's going on in their local market. And we encourage every homeowner you add to HomeBot to immediately start shopping for a new home with you. That's going to create the buyer's side of HomeBot. You're going to get notified that your client's exploring markets, and it also allows you to add first time buyers directly here with just a name and an email. But what are we going to do for your buyers? Well, number one, we're going to help them come up with purchasing power and to reach out to you if they want to get pre approved. We're actually going to provide smart budgeting insights, a heat map of market conditions, and whether they own a home yet or not. We're actually going to provide a nationwide property listing search that protects them no matter where they're looking for a property and always positions you as the person they should reach out to with any questions. I love the nationwide property listing search because I live in California and we've got people relocating to other states in droves. I love that I can see when one of my homeowners is looking at property for sale in Arizona or Denver. I'm not licensed in those states, so I simply set it up as a referral and I get to pick up the listing here in California. Now, adding personal videos to HomeBot is a great way to increase your open and engagement rate and to talk to your clients through HomeBot. But if you've never done video before, don't worry. We have a live workshop. We have scripting for you, and you don't need special equipment. Use your cell phone. Upload the videos into HomeBot for free. One of my favorites is video email, where you can actually send out a market update email with their updated report they're getting from you each month. Talk about the market, talk about inventory, feature a new loan product that your Zenith loan officer has shared with you. And don't forget to mention your new listing and wish all the dads a happy Father's Day. This is one email video that goes out with their updated report one time. But there's also 16 places in HomeBot you can drop in a personal video, like that welcome video that only shows up the first time they open the report. What a great way to talk to your clients, add your own branding, and remember, HomeBot is not here to replace you. HomeBot's here to engage your clients back to you. You can always tie the buyer's report to your own IDX listing search. If you've already invested in a search, it's tied to your CRM and branding, great. We'll link it in the emailed version of HomeBot so that they're searching for property with you. Of course, the other option is to use HomeBot's nationwide listing search, which is tied to all the MLSs in the United States. This allows HomeBot to embed listings in two sections of your home reports, run under their market, or actually show them active listings that compare to where they live right now, no matter where that home is located. And once under the purchase module, where we actually show your existing homeowner tied back to you options to take their equity and buy a new home. We'll embed listings and they can immediately start shopping for a new home. Now, this is what we send out to your clients every month. I'm going to go through the report rather quickly with you today just because of time. But remember, your Zenith loan officer can actually add you as a homeowner to HomeBot so you can see the reports. Best way to understand HomeBot is to get a HomeBot report on your own home. And remember, what's going to make us different than anything else you send out to stay top of mind is the amount of attention the personalized reports receive. An over 70% open rate to the email and an over 50% on average engagement into the actual report. But don't take my word for it, because once you're on HomeBot month to month, you're going to track your own open and engagement rate. And when you see one of your homeowners clicking around their home's market and creating selling signals, don't wait. Pick up the phone and check in with them. This is why HomeBot was created 8 years ago. And it's no surprise to any of us because we are in the real estate industry. We know that your home is the largest single asset you own, the primary source of wealth in the United States. And by the time you retire, 83% of retirement wealth actually comes out of home equity. And yet your clients will be shocked by this because they get all these coaching and training resources for the 401k, the savings, the non-existent pension plans. Really nothing that helps them track and build wealth through home ownership. That's why we were created. That's why we're pink and black. And remember, every report is going to come from you. So what are we? Let me start by telling you what we're not. We're not a CRM. We can't replace your CRM because we only send one thing out, personal, dynamic home and buyers reports for you. While we can't replace your CRM, in some cases, we might be able to integrate with it. And we're going to get a much higher open and engagement rate. Homebot is also not trying to sell you leads because the only way a client can get Homebot is when you add them to Homebot. We're a new category called a Client for Life portal. And what that means is every month through an app and by email, your clients are protected. You're delivering personal information to them, and everybody can get the reports. Past clients, your own sphere of influence, which is around 100 people that you know on a first name basis, as well as any opted-in prospects you're already working with. Homebot's goal is not to replace you. It's to maximize your repeat and referral business by getting through your client's marketing filter with educational content that keeps you top of mind. And then you can start using us at open houses, circle prospect around a new listings, post us on social media, and farm with Homebot and a QR-coded postcard to compel them to sign up for Homebot with you as well. I'm going to show you what the product looks like now. Due to time's sake, I'm not going to go through every detail in this report, but remember, your Zenith loan officer can sign you up to get one as well. Keep in mind, when you look at the report on my screen, there are some advanced features that only turn on when you're co-branded with a lender, like embedded videos, like access to Homebot's mobile app for your clients to download and use instead of just getting Homebot by email from you. And then these buttons at the top. Buy a home, save searches, solds in the area, heat map of market conditions, and the ability for them to use our nationwide listing search. Whether you have a lender or not, your client can manage every property that they own. You can keep adding additional properties for them so they can scroll between those properties. And your client can add additional properties over here that you didn't even know about. Each month, they're going to get that report from you. The only place your Zenith Home Loan officer will appear is under financing, and I'll show that to you in just a minute. Every month, they're going to get an updated value based on what's going on in their local market. You can set value yourself in Homebot, or you can use our AVM. And you can edit that anytime you want. The AVM goes away, and the value will continue to increase based on the local market. But the other advantage of Homebot is we let your client edit value with you too. And by the way, they never go down. Have you noticed that? Nobody thinks her house is worth less. They always think it's worth more. But remember, Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor.com don't let your client do that. And they're with you. So once they do that, we'll actually confirm the bedrooms and bathrooms in case they've added on. We let the client tell you about any improvements they've made. And then, boom, values increase to that new number. Now you're going to get notified when your client does that, so you can reach out and congratulate them on the kitchen remodel. Ask them if they want you to confirm that value through a CMA. And then I would be asking them, with all that equity you're sitting on, are you thinking about making a move? That's a really good conversation starter to have with a client. Remember, we're a whole lot more than an AVM. We're like logging into their bank account. No AVM is perfect. Do you really want them to be? Where I live here in California, Zillow's AVM on my property is $200,000 less than it should be. And I live in a tract home. There are other custom homes with full ocean views here. It's off by almost $1 million. Let your client reach out to you. You'll get a text and an email, edit their own value, and then it continues to go up from there. Now, we provide net worth, which is simple math based on public data in most cases, but your client and you can edit all this information. We provide principal and interest, and then, of course, making extra principal payments is something our clients are always interested in. And then, of course, you've got the purchase module right here. This is where your client can click on any of these options and start shopping for a new home with you once you're co-branded with your loan officer. Remember, the loan officer only shows up under financing. But the best part of Homebot is we're encouraging your existing homeowners to make a move. And remember, according to the NAR, more than 60% of the buyers for the last 10 years in a row have actually been existing homeowners that are downsizing, upsizing, and relocating. That makes Homebot one of the lowest cost listing drivers you've ever seen. Drop in a video and then they can immediately start shopping for a new home with you. Now we do have a cash out refi section as well as a short-term rental section for your client. Again, they can go in here, look at short-term rentals. There is a disclaimer that not all neighborhoods allow it, and then Homebot becomes an excellent resource for referrals. There's also an entire buyer site of Homebot, so your homeowners can become buyers, and you can add your first-time buyers directly here. They can pick a price point, calculate a payment, or get pre-approved, which is another opportunity for a video from you. They can look in any market in the United States, go into a heat map of market conditions, and then, of course, if they choose to search for a home with you, they can search anywhere. They might be looking for a property. If you choose to use our search, great. Again, we can put an outward link for your search, or if you choose to use our search, you'll be able to look at listings in any neighborhood they might be interested in and reach out to you to get pre-approved or for any questions about that property. Remember, all of this is included once you're co-branded with the lender. If they're favoriting markets, if they're actually filtering by bedrooms, bathrooms, single family, attached, or any save searches, every listing, no matter where they're looking, will be protected from you. Now, due to time's sake, I'm not going to show you the reports anymore, but you can absolutely ask me any questions, and your Zenith loan officer can actually set you up with a report as well. I don't want to overwhelm you because how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. The starting point for Homebot is simply accepting your Zenith loan officer's invitation. Even if you're already on Homebot, that's going to allow you to access all those advanced features we're talking about right now and load your clients in. But once you've done that, I want to make sure you know how to take Homebot to the next level. And the best way to do that is watch your client's activity and proactively reach out to them. Number two is to load more clients, because the more people that get Homebot from you, the more transactions it's going to create. So load all of your past clients regularly, all of your sphere of influence, which is usually around 100 people that you know on a first name basis, and then start using Homebot to capture new business as well. Offer every homeowner in your database a free annual homeowner review, either on the anniversary of when they purchased their property or in the beginning of the new year. And then once you're co-branded with your Zenith loan officer, I highly recommend you start using video. At the very least, create that market update video once a month with their updated emailed report, and use the welcome videos to talk to your clients about if they have any questions about value, equity, their ability to buy another home. Reach out to you. Lastly, I do recommend our nationwide home search. It may not be the only way your clients search for a home, but it has a lot of unique features to it. And the fact that it's embedded in the home reports in 2 sections, and it is nationwide. Backend of Homebot is a great way to track all of your clients' activity. We know that your highly engaged clients in Homebot are 4 to 6 times more likely to transact with you. So again, don't just measure open and engagement. Watch what your clients are doing and proactively reaching out to them. Sort them high to low equity and use Homebot as a reason to reach out and call them. Haven't we all been coached to call our clients quarterly? Use your landing pages to capture new business, and for every lead you create, nurture them with Homebot. Every Monday, you're going to get an activity email from us that you can prospect with. We're going to point out your hot homeowners, your hot buyers, and my favorite section as a realtor, potential sellers. Using Homebot's predictive analytics, we're telling you what they're doing, how long they've been in the home, and then all you have to do is click on their name, view their report, and reach out. it's not creepy to reach out to your clients, right? We should all be doing this quarterly anyway. So reach out, talk to them, use what's going on in Homebot and their activity to have an intelligent conversation. You'll be shocked how often this turns into more transactions for you. Use your landing pages under the Share tab. Once you're co-branded with Zenith Home Loans, you're going to get all three of these. One for homeowners, one for first-time buyers, and one for our nationwide listing search. There's a ton of ways you can capture new business in Homebot, but don't start here. Always start with your past clients, your own sphere of influence, and already opted-in prospects you're working with first. It's not that this doesn't work, but we all know that strangers are harder to convert. And if you're desperate for more listings, like most of us are, never forget, according to the NAR, more than 60% of the buyers for the last 10 years have actually been existing homeowners making a move. I love that every homeowner in your account can click into appreciation, cash position, how in demand their market it is, and then they've got all these pink chat bubbles that if they click on them, you're going to get a text and an email. Not only can you see your client click in here, but because you're co-branded with Zenith Home Loans, they'll be actually able to convert into a buyer with you, and you'll get notified by text and email that your client's exploring markets. You can farm with us. The only possible good thing I could say about COVID at this point is we all finally figured out how to use a QR code. And they're free on the internet. I recommend QR Code Monkey all the time, but you can also do it through Chrome and a lot of other resources. Farm your own neighborhood. Farm based on high turnover, or farm based on average age of the homeowner in the neighborhood, because we know the biggest group of sellers this year are going to be downsizing seniors. We talked about the biggest problems in the industry. I hope you see Homebot as an amazing solution. Remember, it's easy to get started on Homebot, but I do recommend joining Zenith because they can waive that $50 setup fee and your first 25 manually loaded clients are free. Write down the code Erin50 if you go into the paid version. Again, that free up to 25 clients is just for you to try it out. Once you want to load more than that or load your clients in bulk, that Erin50 will waive the setup fee, and then you'll just provide a credit card or debit card. Super easy to get started in Homebot. We do have broker, owner, and team pricing. There are some advantages of that if you want to reach out and ask me about it. You still need a lender to turn on those advanced features. And then I want to leave the rest of the time here open for a few questions, but there's one thing that wasn't in this report that I wanted to share with you. Keep in mind, once you're co-branded with your Zenith loan officer, the only place they're going to appear is going to be under financing. So your client would have to click into financing. That's where the loan officer appears. They are not going to see all of your clients. They only appear under financing, and they only see the client when the client asks you both a financing driven question. I love working with my lender on Homebot because I get those advanced features to drive more listings and protect my buyers. We also share leads because lenders are actually creating selling and buying opportunity in their Homebot account that they can share with you. And I don't like answering financing questions, so I don't mind that my lender can step in and answer those questions. But I want to leave the rest of our time for any questions or feedback. So open to anything you have to ask. Do we have any questions in the room? Ashley, we can absolutely unmute everybody. I think you can all unmute yourself too. I can't do it for you guys. So if anybody wants to unmute or post a question in the chat, that would be your other option. I don't see any questions coming through yet. Ashley, if you can hear me, we were going to go ahead and open it up for questions, but I don't think I have the ability to unmute anybody. Oh, here we go.
I've given that option for people to unmute, and they can undo it on their side as well.
Perfect. All right. I don't hear any questions coming in.
Hey.
Go
Erin, I've
ahead.
got a question for you. So with if I'm viewing like the activity
Uh-huh.
for all of my clients, is there an easy way for me to export any of that information out so that I can use it as like a spreadsheet that I can use, or would I only
Yeah.
be able to access it inside the app?
No, you can actually request an export of all of your activity, or again, that's where most of us spend our time, are people that are super active in Homebot. But you can also export everybody that's in Homebot, all of your clients into a spreadsheet, or just your issues. Remember, issues are people that maybe Homebot is bouncing or they've unsubscribed, anything like that. So the best way to do that is either email support@homebot.ai, or even easier, use this pink direct message button right here. You can ask us questions. And so right when you ask a question, you can just go in here and type in hey, can I get an export file? And that will allow you to get that export file. Or if you prefer, just email support@homebot.ai and ask for whatever you want, whether it's highly active clients, your entire database, or any of the issues that you're seeing in Homebot. They can send you all three of them. It'll come as a file drop to you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions? So one of the features we talked about with video, that's going to be under this customize tab right here. You don't need BombBomb. I have BombBomb connected because the company pays for it. Video email, you can just use your cell phone. We've got a great workshop. I'll share that with everybody so that they can get it started. But it's super easy to just use YouTube and create a video. There's actually some instructions and scripting that you can use on that. And then, of course, if you want to create welcome videos and then start building out the rest of your video library, that's going to be over here in the video section. There are a few other things you might want to pay attention in here, like tying it to your listing search or using Homebot search. I recommend keeping the mobile app on. It's possible to turn that off if you want. But those are all your customized features. Share features is typically where all your landing pages belong. Remember, you can share your mobile app with your clients as well. There's even a flyer you can share with people. And we do have a widget that you can place on your website under share as well. And then co-sponsor is where your lender will appear once you're co-branded with them. And clients is where you'll spend most of your time, because that's everybody that you've added to Homebot, whether they're a past client or not. I recommend spending most of your time tracking activity. Remember, these highly engaged clients are 4 to 6 times more likely to transact for you this year, because they're not just opening Homebot, they're digging around in Homebot.
Thank you, Erin. I also just want to mention that, upon any of our clients closing, we add them automatically to Homebot every month. So we always do that. So it is a good way to, like Erin's talked about the co-branding and stuff, we're already putting them in there, so they're familiar with that as well. Any more questions? Okay, well, Erin, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. There's so much, everyone always wants to know how much their house is worth and what their equity looks like. So this is a great tool that all of our clients definitely enjoy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. And if anyone has any questions, you can reach out personally as well. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Erin.